If you've stayed with this message until now, it's not by accident, there's a reason. Deep within you, something has stirred, a recognition, a subtle but undeniable awareness that what has been described isn't just about someone else. Perhaps you've seen this pattern up close. Perhaps you've watched someone you love fall under the weight of their own unfulfilled dreams. Or maybe, just maybe, you've recognized the echoes of the pure eterness within yourself. If so, there is no shame in that. Truly, there is no need to hide from this recognition. On the contrary, acknowledging it is the very first step toward transformation. Every human being, at some stage in life, wrestles with the temptation to remain in the safe, familiar cocoon of psychic childhood. We all, in one way or another, have longed to be shielded from the responsibilities, pains, and sacrifices that adulthood demands. Who among us hasn't wished that someone else might come and make things easier, that we could delay decisions until the perfect moment arrived, that maturity could be postponed indefinitely while we basked in the freedom of limitless possibilities? This wish is universal and deeply human, but so is the inevitable realization that life does not pause for our readiness. The world keeps turning, time keeps moving, and sooner or later, the fantasy begins to fracture. The once beautiful dreams begin to feel like burdens. Relationships begin to suffer. Opportunities slip away, and one day, we are forced to face a simple but harsh truth. To stay emotionally young in an adult world is not freedom, it is paralysis. It is a psychic prison disguised as eternal youth. It's a beautiful mask that eventually begins to crack. Carl Jung taught us that individuation, the process of becoming whole, is not an abstract or gentle affair. It is not a poetic retreat into self-contemplation. It is a confrontation, a crisis, a birth, and like all births, it involves blood, pain, resistance, and ultimately, transformation. To mature means to grieve. It means grieving the loss of illusions, the death of perfect dreams, the end of believing that someone else will come to save us. It means facing the uncomfortable truth that no one can do the inner work for us. We must pick up the tools of our own becoming and begin to build. This does not mean killing the inner child. Not at all. The boy inside you, the dreamer, the artist, the romantic, the visionary, he has a sacred place in your psyche. But he cannot lead anymore. He cannot steer the ship. He must take his place as a source of inspiration, not as the one who makes the decisions. Maturity is not the enemy of spontaneity. It is the container that allows spontaneity to create something real. To grow up is to build structure where there was only drift, to choose consistency over chaos, to show up even when the magic has faded. It is to replace promises with action, dreams with plans, and fantasy with presence. It is not easy. In fact, it is one of the most difficult things a person can do, but it is also the most liberating, because in taking responsibility for your life, you become free, not free to float aimlessly, but free to create meaning, legacy, and love that endures. So if these words have landed in your heart, take them not as condemnation, but as invitation. You are not alone in this struggle. Many have walked this path before you, and if you're standing at the threshold, uncertain, scared but willing, that's all that's needed. The decision to mature is not a one-time act. It is a daily, conscious choice. And today, you are being called to make it. Will you answer?